On April 25th, I woke up to a morning cloaked in mist and fog as I hurried to catch a flight to Porto. With everything stuffed in my Trader Joe bag, I made my way to the airport alongside my husband and our 4 friends. I visited Portugal for the first time in the summer of 2018 with my family, and I had a really lovely time exploring Lisbon. So this time round, I was really looking forward to exploring another city, Porto. We had 3 days to explore Porto, and I kicked off the trip by starting Foster by Claire Keegan. Now, I did mention this briefly on my Read With Me reel, but I ended up being really ill during this trip, and I was already beginning to feel the first few symptoms on the flight there. It mostly all stemmed from the fact that I was running on an hour of sleep due to various different reasons. So the responsible thing would have been to sleep as much as I could during the 2-hour flight to Porto, but stubborn as I am, I wanted to enjoy the view of the fluffy clouds and read my book. So other than a 20-minute nap, I spent the rest of the flight finishing Foster, which was very moving, but I was very sleep deprived, so it probably wasn't one of my best decisions. After we dropped our bags off at the Airbnb, we visited a cafe that I wanted to visit called Rosi, and we wanted to grab some food, but unfortunately we arrived a bit too late and they were only serving drinks at the time, which was a huge shame because not only did I really want to visit it, but we were also really hungry. So we ended up walking around for a while before coming across a restaurant that was open, and we finally managed to grab some early dinner. With our bellies full, we then stopped at our first real destination, which was the Rosebud bookshop. Because this was a trip with friends, we each jotted down a few things that we wanted to do or a place that we wanted to visit, and I put down the Rosebud bookshop as one of my options. It's an independent bookshop that sells English books, and I spent quite a long time perusing through each shelf. Honestly, I was so delighted with their selection of books, and if this bookshop was based in London, I'd be visiting it all the time, and that's just how much I loved it. And if you guys know me, you'll know how much I adore getting books as souvenirs. So the idea was that I would purchase a book from here to take back home with me. But when you're on holiday with other people, of course everyone has slightly different interests, and since I was taking a very long time to make up my mind, I ended up leaving the bookshop empty-handed, which was gutting, but yeah, I didn't want to delay us any longer. Even though I was a little crestfallen at not having purchased a book, my mood was very much lifted again by the most incredible gelato. It was so good that we actually came back again the next day. Like true tourists, of course we had to visit the São Bento railway station, which was undergoing construction on the outside, but thankfully the interior was still open and we got to admire the beautiful Portuguese tiles. And our final stop of day 1, which was probably one of my favourite things we did amongst the whole trip, was watching the sunset at the Dom Louis Bridge.
So then everyone else looks like they're walking back and I'm walking
Day 2 was a Sunday, and since we couldn't go to church in person, we decided to stream a service online. Now, I ended up going to bed on the first day feeling pretty awful, but when I woke up on day 2, I honestly thought that I'd been run over by a truck, had the worst sleep, and I had body aches and body chills and a pounding headache, so I really considered staying in bed to just sleep the whole day. Honestly, being ill on holiday is so sad, and I felt so bad that I couldn't be at my fullest energy levels for my friends, but they were so understanding and told me to take it slow. So after a very slow morning, I decided to give it a go and I headed outside with them. Our first stop of the day was something that I'd never done before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But since we were in Porto, and that's where port originates from, we booked a wine tasting session at Taylor's. My friend had booked it for us, so I didn't realise that a tour of the cellars was actually included. But it was really cool getting to see the port cellars and seeing the history of port wine as well as how it's produced. And sitting in the gardens with the sun on my back as we tasted different wine was definitely a highlight for me.
And your tasting starts here with a sheep dry. That is extra dry white pork. So we recommend serve as an appetizer, chill with some olives or hummus. Completely different of the second one.
Yeah.
And then in your nose you have mellow aromas like dried fruit, some caramel.
By the time day 3 came around, I was feeling so much better, which I was so thankful for, and it was just unfortunate that we were also leaving the same day. But we made the most of it and started off by visiting Bolhão market. I think that's how you say it. It was so warm and so sunny, and part of the market was outdoors, which meant that I spent a really dreamy time feeling very thankful for my health whilst being drenched in the sunshine and drinking my strawberry watermelon smoothie, as well as eating a bunch of different yummy food. We then did some shopping before queuing to enter livraria lello. Please forgive my pronunciation, but it was flooded with people, which was to be expected. It was super busy but undeniably gorgeous, and I was able to find 2 books that were on my wish list, which was really exciting. The first was The Book of Disquiet by Fernando Pessoa, who's a famous Portuguese author known for his heteronyms, meaning he had different author personalities and identities that he'd published different books under. And I've already made some good progress with the book and I'm really enjoying it. But the second book was one that I'd been eyeing for a while, and that was Kazuo Ishiguro's The Summer We Crossed Europe in the Rain. And this is a collection of lyrics he wrote for Stacey Kent, who is a singer that I really admire, and I just thought it was really fitting to pick it up whilst I was also crossing Europe. To be honest, I'm never quite sure when editing a travel vlog because I don't know if you'd find it boring just watching me going on holiday. I can't even say that I film it necessarily to go back and watch it for myself in the future, since I don't really rewatch my videos because they make me feel like the same kind of uncomfortable feelings as when you go through, say, old school photos. And yet I can't seem to stop filming and documenting these moments of my life on camera. And so I try to gather my thoughts and figure out why this was the case. But I think it's because as humans, we have this urge to want to make time and memories feel more tangible. At least I definitely feel the desire to hold physical evidence of time passing, be that by taking photos, filming videos, or journaling or sketching. And I've also realised that editing these videos is just another way that I filter through my memories. I spend a lot of time with my videos before they get uploaded. The filming and editing is all a part of the process that I enjoy, almost more than the final product. Maybe a good analogy could be the joy you feel whilst reading a book, or the joy of creating more than the final product itself. I suppose when I upload a video, it's almost a farewell from me, even as it's a hello to you all. It's a process of letting go of all the hours that I've spent working on it and ready to move on and hand it over to you guys, which makes me all the more thankful when you guys enjoy watching any of my videos, and I'm really grateful and happy that we were able to connect even for a little while wherever you guys are. So thank you so much for being here and for watching today's video as well, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next cozy video. Bye friends.